Hi, it's Randy. I haven't made videos in a few days. My internet and Wi-Fi has been out at the house. We had a storm on Friday, and for 4 days I was without internet, Wi-Fi, and cable. And so basically I didn't stay here. I did everything but to stay at home because I'm addicted to YouTube, and I had nothing to do this weekend. I did visit with my aunts a bit, but anyway, I am back, and I had an opportunity to find out more about my ex-narcissist new wife, and I know that is not what I'm supposed to do. I realize that no contact also means staying away from any information that would tell me more about what's going on with the narcissist currently, but I break that rule for myself. I don't follow that rule because even though once in a while it makes me feel worse, a lot of the times it makes me feel better. That is, the information that I find out actually makes me snicker. And so what I found out about the narcissist's new wife, and for those of you who don't follow me, yeah, he's 48, she's 26. What I found out is that she's a hipster. And for those of you who aren't familiar with hipsters, or maybe who don't live in the Western civilization, or a first world country, or wherever hipsters are, I don't know, I think they originated in London or in New York City or whatever. But basically they're, kids that are educated kind of from suburbia, and they're artists and musicians who just really don't work, and they dress kind of funky, odd. They like to flip-flop gender roles. They're pretty much into accepting anything and everything. They're quite into drugs and alcohol, music. They're like a group of kids that, are in their 20s that don't really want to, they want all the comforts, they want all the benefits. They want to live nicely. They want to go to coffee shops. They want to eat healthy food. They like to eat organic and, stuff like that, and frequent the coffee shops, and they're kind of snobbish in that way, but yet they accept everybody. And I am not sure if there's part of the social justice warrior group or feminism or not. I really can't quite tell what they are, other than artists and musicians who don't want to work for a living in any kind of a job that would actually pay them, and pretty much they live off either their parents or inheritances, or they just live, like they're broke with whatever's on their back. And I don't know how they get money. I've been doing a little bit of research on hipsters, but it's just hilarious, and this is one of those fun things that I found out about the new wife, that it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, except that since she's so accepting, I guess she accepts being married to an old man narcissist, who's going to support her while she pursues her art. And in the meantime, she can, I guess, hang out with her friends if he allows it. I know he would never allow me to hang out with a bunch of guys and girls when I was with him, but I didn't want to anyway. I was more mature than that. I was in my early 30s, and that just wasn't a thing. I wasn't still into whatever kind of the counterculture was. I mean, I kind of was done with the counterculture by the time I was like 23, 24. Got married, had a baby, and was like, okay, that's done. Move on, continue college, get a job, and start working on my career. But this hipster counterculture, they're not really interested in any career except music and art, and like getting into some deep philosophical discussions about rap and painting, and kind of dressing as odd and funky as they can, and it's pretty much anything goes. It seems to be extremely liberal, like off the charts as far as liberal. And this is the new generation. I can't say that I didn't participate in something similar to that in the 80s, early 80s. I did, but it's just odd because there's a 48-year-old man that's in my generation that has been through a whole lot of things in life since the early 80s, is way beyond and way past, hanging out in some coffee shop and, purchasing organic food, and that's all they do all day. But, I guess this is what the narcissist thought was exciting and new and attractive. This is what makes him feel young. Well, I don't think so, and I think that this bit of information that I got now, I think it's making me feel kind of happy, because it just shows me more about what a stupid fool he is and a mistake. And if it hadn't hurt me so much, I truly would think it was a joke. I mean, if someone had told me 5 years ago, your husband is going to leave you for a hipster and marry her, I would be like, yeah, right. I would have been like, okay. It was inconceivable. And, in a sense, it still is inconceivable. And that's why it's so funny. It's so funny. And I guess hanging around this person, and I'm sure he doesn't hang around with any of her friends, because he's not that type to socialize. He's got her isolated, but she is apparently allowed to go off and be with her post-college buddies, who are these urban artisans. And I I just kind of think it's pretty hilarious, and I wanted to share it. I'm glad I got the opportunity to find out a little bit more, because it really has given me a gleam in my eye and a chuckle. Well, thanks for listening.